Good morning and welcome. Happy Sunday. This is your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum here with some words of wisdom to start your day off well and give you something to think about for the course of the day and talk about and perhaps act upon. So, hope you're all off to a happy weekend. I had a lovely day yesterday with my daughter, son-in-law, and new baby. She was awesome. She was just, yeah, I'm a grandma. I'm spoiled. This is just an amazing adventure. So, and I got to see their new house and play with my grand dog, and it was just a lovely day. So I brought them a meal. They really enjoyed that. So, good morning, Barb. Glad you are here. Welcome. Happy Sunday. Um, and I think today's going to be nice enough. Might get some park time in today. So, we have an old deck. Actually, I believe this was the first deck that I ever got. And it certainly was one of the few decks that I um, grabbed. Oh, hang on. I got to get comments back here. There we go. Good morning, Nancy. Welcome. I don't know why it does that. I must hit something or just the energy of my fingers. Maybe my very energetic fingers makes it jump to other screens. And I'm like, okay, now how do I get out of this without losing it? Managed. Good morning, ladies. Glad you are here. Welcome. Yes, this is one of the first decks that I ever got for myself, but it is also one of the first decks that I was ever bequeathed a card out of from a friend of mine. So, Healing with the Angels, and there's a whole saga behind that. I now have taken to saying it's a Hay House deck because um, the author of the deck has kind of renounced all of her body of work. And so, but I still think this is a fabulous deck. So I really want to keep it available for us, keep us using it. So give me a second here. There's something niggling. Feels like today's a day to do a whole round of tapping. And I'm kind of I'm getting a sense of specific tapping or just clearing the energy. And it feels like it's specific tapping. So I think what I'll do is I'll read the card first, and then we'll do some rounds of tapping on the card. So if you want to do a little tapping, we'll do a little breath. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good morning to whomever else has joined us. Glad you are here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Grounding, becoming present, ready to receive this message. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Shaking off the sleep, hearing all the creaks and groans and cracks. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you're here. So, Healing with the Angels. And our card for today, lovely card, Power. Power. You see, she's kind of got her wings tucked up. So, let's see what it has to say. Take a breath. Let it go. Notice your initial reaction to the word power. Card meaning, you now allow yourself to express your power. Being powerful is safe for you, knowing that you express your power with love. Being powerful is safe for you. Because many of us learned young on that being powerful was not safe. Better to hide and squelch and all the things. Not anymore. Not anymore. You have all the power of your creator within you. All the power of divine love, wisdom, and intelligence is available to you. You have the spiritual power to see angels and the future. You have intellectual power to tap into the universal wisdom of the one mind. Good morning to all of you who've popped on. If your names aren't rolling, it's probably because you're on one of the platforms that we haven't quite figured out how to get them to integrate as well as need be. But glad you're all here. Happy Sunday. So I want you to think about that. Tapping into the universal power of the one mind. There's a ton of information out there. Good morning, Mel. Welcome. Glad you are here. So far, everybody is here on one of my Facebook pages. Glad you're here. Good morning, Beth. Waving back. So that idea that there's this font of energy, font of wisdom, font of knowledge that we can all tap into. We can all tap into. Think about that. Think about the people who know what they know without having to had learned it. The child who can play the piano like, yeah, the singer who never had a lesson, the physical, the athlete who can do amazing things beyond what is seemingly possible. Universal knowledge, we have it available to us, we can tap into it. You have emotional power to empathize with others. Wouldn't it be lovely if many, many more of us exercised our empathetic powers? We couldn't be doing some of the stupid shit we're doing if we were in a state of empathy. Yeah, enough said. You have emotional power to empathize with others and physical power that is truly unlimited. Believe you can, and you probably can. Think about the 4-minute mile. That's the example I always go to. For so long, they believed no one could run a 4-minute mile, that the physical body was not capable of doing that. Once Roger Bannister did it, a whole bunch of other people have done it. Had to change the mindset in order for the physical being to then achieve that. How many other things do we tell ourselves we can't do? Yeah. The angels ask you to give them any fears you may have connected with being a powerful person. Again, most of us, even just going through school, there were opportunities there to be squelched because we were powerful, right? It was not encouraged. What was encouraged was go along, toe the line, do what you're told to do. Squelching that power within. Don't ask questions, just play the game, right? I actually had a friend who retired. That was her cue to retire after hearing one of her colleagues saying to a group of little kids walking down the hallway, "Walk like little soldiers." She was done. Allow yourself to shine with this radiant love so that your true power can radiate out into the world in miraculous ways. Yes, we need to change our mindset. Yes, and it's all coming from within us. We are the vehicle. We are the vehicle. Stop looking for your answers out there. Go within. That we're all connected. We're all connected. There is that one mind, that font of knowledge, wisdom. And when we give our power away to a guru, we end up in not great circumstances. Look around. Look around. All right. So I'm going to show you the card again. Power. And now we're going to do some tapping. So if you're not familiar with it, you can look up EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. And there were precursors to that. Back when I learned it, it was called TFT, Thought Field Therapy. And I believe that was in the 90s, early 90s, I think? I don't even remember. Long time ago. I'm dating myself. So side of the hand by your baby finger, just tapping right there. That is sort of a reset point. So if you find yourself ruminating on something and you can't seem to let it go, just even do this spot. Yes, there's a whole series of spots, but at least do this spot. So I want you to repeat out loud after me. I am willing to step into my power. Even though I have old beliefs about power, I am willing to step into my power. Even though we've been so focused on power over, I am willing to step into power within, power between, power with. Okay? Inside corner of the eyebrows. Power over means I'm trying to control somebody. Beside the eyes. Power with means I'm filling up myself and others. Under the eyes, little bird just started singing. Power can be a beautiful commodity. Under the nose, there's power in numbers. Under the mouth, we have opportunity to bring our power together. Collarbone, power with is a force of the divine. Under the arms, I am willing to use my power for good. Around the crown of the head, I embrace my power. Eyebrows. But what if I'm too afraid? Outside corner of the eyebrows. What if it causes trouble? Under the eyes. In the words of John Lewis, I'm looking for good trouble. Under the nose. I am willing to speak my truth. Under the mouth. I'm willing to stand my ground. Collarbone. I use my power for good. Under the arms. I use my power for good. And around the crown of the head. I use my power for good. Breath in. Let it go. What do you notice? What do you notice? What feels different? What thoughts came to your mind? Were there any of the words that I put forth that you were like, oh no? Note those things. You can keep doing rounds and rounds and rounds. Pick your own words. You can even, the thing that clients tell me, my coaching clients tell me is, well, Bonnie, you always come up with the words. I have no idea what to say. Then what I would suggest is set an intention instead. I want to be willing to step into my power in healthy and divine ways. Then do all the spots. You could just repeat your mantra. I step into my healthy power. I step into my healthy power. I step into my healthy power, doing all the spots. You can do that. Pause, take a breath. Keep going until you feel like, okay, that feels complete. Maybe do some journaling at that point. What did I get out of this? What did I learn? What did I feel? Confidence. Confidence is good. Confidence makes us more willing to show our power, to speak our truth, to say, I'm not okay with that. I have a different opinion than that. Would you like to hear it? If they say no, that's fine. You don't need to try to jam it down somebody's throat. But if they're willing to hear you, doesn't mean they have to change their opinion. But we need to get back to a place where we can have healthy discourse about those differences. And again, I often suggest that when we are willing to do that, we often find that we have more in common than we do differences. So there's our card for today, power. So your mission for today, should you choose to accept it, is I'd like you to think about your own power, your own divine power, and embrace it. How might that come forth today? Where would I like to exercise my power? Is it speaking a truth? Is it getting something accomplished that I've been putting off? Is it just being present with that feeling of power? Whatever it is, taking some time for that today. So have an awesome Sunday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.